Hey guys, we're back at the review table again today for a review of a figure that I got like 5 months ago. Not even, it was more like 6, 8, whenever this video comes out, probably be 8 months. But we're taking a look at the Studio Series 1986-04 Autobot Hot Rod from the Transformers the movie. Now, I have not reviewed a thing in a long time. I was going to review MPM Ironhide when I first got him back in like August, and I filmed the review in December, but I never ended up editing the video because my editing software won't accept it. So now we're just looking at Hot Rod in one take with pausing between videos, and that's gonna piss me off, but we're gonna power through. So taking a look at the box first, you get this nice image of Hot Rod from Transformers the movie. You got all the technical shit, you got the Hasbro, the Takara. You got the same image on the side with the 86 instead of an Autobot logo, which is a different change of pace. And then on the back, you got the product shots of Hot Rod in his robot mode and vehicle mode with the backdrop. It says he's big screen inspired, which big screen, I guess. He lights up the darkest hour. Same image, just on the back. He's Voyager class. Technically not. He's more of a deluxe, but we'll get into that later. And then Transformers the movie. On the bottom, we got warnings and barcodes, and that's it for the box. So let's actually get into the figure. And here we have the actual figure on the display stand, not display stand, on the review table. And he's very nice. But before we actually get into the figure and all of it, we're going to go over his accessories. And it comes with a lot, which is why there's such an insane price hike. So we can thank MPM 44, or not MPM 44, MP 44 for allowing this thing to exist. Anyway, so the first things we get are his guns, which are very nice, cast in red, but are painted in a very nice silver. I believe he gets these after he becomes Rodimus Prime, but I could also be quite wrong about that. And if my camera will focus, I guess not. But we do get both of his guns. A thing to note about these actually is that they do chip on the tip if you leave what we're going to go over next on too long, and that being these effect parts for firing. Now you can just put them on the peg that's in the front of the gun and they'll be fine, but one of them has excessive, I think it's this one actually, yeah, this one has a lot of silver paint from the thicker gun because I left it on for about a couple weeks and it just started rubbing the paint off. So be mindful of that. Another thing we get is the Matrix of Leadership. Now, I think this is the same one that's going to come with the Kingdom Galvatron, but I could be wrong about that. Overall, it's a nice sculpt, has a nice bronze paint and some nice light piping in it. And to go along with that, we get the Light Our Darkest Hour effect part, which is pretty cool. Again, this will also rub paint off, as I learned when I thought about the gun incident. I was like, well, maybe if the guns do that, so will the Matrix one. And it ended up rubbing a little bit of paint off, but only on the inside, thank God. So yeah, you get that too. And his last accessory is the pizza cutter, or as his buzz saw, which is pretty cool to get this, even if it wasn't used that often in the movie, let alone even the actual show itself. But it's still nice to get. I wish we could have gotten the fishing rod, but it's alright. Taking all the accessories off of the table now. And taking a look actually at Hot Rod now. Hot Rod, this figure specifically, is very interesting. It's one of the best figures I've ever owned. I picked this guy up and I was like, wow, this is so much fun. And he is a blast to play with. And for such a small figure, a deluxe figure, he feels so good. Even though he's priced as a Voyager, he earns that price though. But going over some of the details, you have the Autobot symbol and the flames on the hood of the car. You got some orange picked out for the headlights on both sides. You got some orange up here, some nice translucent blue for the windshield, but you can also see his face. You can just turn it around though. We have some silver picked out for the rims of the car, as well as some silver picked out for the smokestacks. The nice spoiler back here is just leg kibble, and then you get the same thing on the other side. Underside is actually pretty good. It's better than the Masterpiece version, and I think that's pretty remarkable to accomplish that it looks cleaner than the Masterpiece figure. But now we will transform figure. I know. When I had the toy review channel, I said I would no longer do this, and now I'm doing it again. So be grateful. So to transform him, what you want to do is you want to loosen these not those, not yet. You want to disconnect each leg from each side of the spoiler and just lift that up. And then you want to undo the arms from the other parts of the smokestacks, and then lift up the hood and put in the front taillight sections and just kind of leave this as is so far. You want to then kind of like rotate the arms forward after you untab them. There are 2 tabs on either side. There's one tab and the other, and they just go into those slots on the arms. But let's just leave the arms as is right now and go more to the legs. So actually, probably that's not the best idea. So then we want to bring this whole section back and kind of just bring it forward and rotate the whole thing around. Bring the arms up. Bring the hood section down, and it just snaps into place. Bring out the head from that, and then fold this whole section in. Pull the arms back, and then tab that into place. And then once you got that all tabbed into place, you can just bring the spoiler, rotate it around, and there's a tab right there that will go into that slot right there, and just tab it in. Then just bring this around like so. Do the same thing on the other side. These don't really tab in, but they just friction in, which is fine, I guess, but it's alright. Then you want to take the entire bottom assembly and rotate it around. Again, just fine, I guess. You want to untab the car sections and then just kind of like rotate them out. Bring out the leg, bring out the foot, untab that, fold it in, fold the rest of it in, and they kind of just friction in there. Same thing on the other side, just bring it out, flip out the rest of the leg, flip out the foot, untab that, fold it in, fold the rest of it in, and it just frictions in. And then you have Hot Rod in his robot mode. Kind of like on an angle, but still have Hot Rod in his robot mode. And honestly, this guy is a masterpiece of Transformers, like modern engineering, and it's amazing to see this figure like actually exist. It looks like a cartoon model. Like the back is clean. There's not much kibble to begin with on the figure at all, and it's truly impressive. So getting into his head sculpt, taking a look at the head sculpt itself, if it will focus on the face, which would be very nice if it would do that. And if I stop moving my camera all over the place. So we'll just focus on okay. But you got some nice blue picked out for the eyes, some silver and different shades of red on top. And we have the Autobot logo and the flames there. The headlights, the orange from the car mode, and then you have some silver up here. Thighs are orange. Not much other stuff, but it's pretty cool figure. I'm not gonna lie, it's awesome. So, as for specific things that the figure can do, it does have the ability to flip out his visor from when the Decepticons are coming, so you can recreate that scene. You just flip that up and then flip it down, or flip it up and flip the visor up if that's what you want. Anyway, the head is on a ball joint, so that means he can look up that far and down that far, about that far. His shoulders are on, I don't know what's up with mine, but like the pin makes it kind of like a ratchet joint, and it's not, because this arm is like entirely fine and I don't understand it. But they are also on like kind of a butterfly joint. The elbow can bend a little over 90 degrees. The hands also open that much, and it's kind of bizarre looking when you do it that way, but it's fine, I guess. You got the waist swivel. You got a kick that far, and then a kick that far back. You got a double jointed knee, which is pretty cool because you don't see that often anymore. And then you got a slight ankle pivot, and you can do the split a little. Yeah, that's about it. That's the splits right there. I was gonna say that's a little underwhelming splits, but nope, those were it right there. Yeah, that was his gymnastics debut. Since the Tokyo Olympics are coming up, well, why not reference them? So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this hot rod review, and I hope you enjoyed the first review I've done in a long time, since the last review I did was a really over-edited Friends set review, and I kind of wanted to get back to the reviews that I used to do, which were just like one takes with a lot of errors. And for my Lego reviews for like sets with minifigures in them, I will definitely like have those long edited segments, but like these like Transformer reviews, I enjoy doing them quickly in one take, like, and it's just more fun this way for me than just getting every possible minifigured Lego set that I want and then doing like a 30-minute review on it. Like, those kind of like bum me out and are kind of boring. But these are like really fun to make, and I hope to make some more of them in the future. But I do recommend this figure for anyone who does not own it. And I will be picking up more of the 86 subline in First Studio Series, and I can't wait to get a lot of them, especially that Grimlock and Slug. Those are going to be fun figures to get. But if you want your own hot rod, I will put a link down in the description. And stay tuned for the next video, because at least now I'm getting back on an upload schedule that isn't once every 6 months. Anyway, peace out, guys. See you later.